What's up, gente? How you guys doing, man? Hope you guys doing all right. As for myself, I'm doing good. Not that good, man. Not that good, but I'm alright. Can't complain, man. I've been sick for the last 2 days, and I'm still gonna do that workout, man. On the Pelican Bay workout routine to feed diabetes. Homie, it's just that I've been busy doing some other things, but we're gonna do at least twice a week. 3 times, twice a week, man. I'm gonna get on it. It's not that I don't want to do it. Trust me. If you see what I got going on right now, you'd be like, yeah. So anywho, man, I wanna send my shout outs to everybody that has been watching my videos, man. You guys been with me for 2 years already, man, and it's been wonderful, man. Tell my stories, for the most part, most comments are positive comments, man, and I'm glad you like my content, man, that I'm doing something positive with my life. And I know sometimes people have been telling me, hey, your videos are too crazy, dog. Hey, and somebody say, don't watch them. Don't watch them, fool. But watch them. It's fucking stuff things that I went through, though, and my incarceration. I seen another homie mislead loyalty. He's got some crazy stories también. And a lot of times there's some stories that we don't want to talk about, homie. Some pedos that are best, keep, within ourselves for whatever reason. And like I say, I wrote a comment to homeboy and I said, what's up, homie? Saludos to his channel, homie. Can subscribe to his channel. He's a good dude, man. It's been through hell. Life is not easy, man. Life is not easy. Incarcerated, and those are mistakes that we made. Trust me. If I can look back and redo or to the day when I committed my crime, I'll leave the place. I'll get a nice whip and I leave. You know what I mean? It's not easy doing a life sentence. Why you get into it, and take a loss, because most likely he was gonna beat me, dog. He was whipping my ass. For those of you that say that I'm always telling stories about me winning, he was whipping my ass. He was winning. I was losing. And this is a crazy story, man. I came across this video and I seen a lot. But you already seen on the title, man. Do me a big favor. It doesn't cost you a penny, homes. It doesn't cost you a penny. You just gotta go boom, hit the like button, subscribe. I got a goal to make 20,000 subscribers, 25,000 subscribers at the end of this month, man. So I can keep creating more content like this. For all of you, man, I almost have 15,000 subscribers, which is good, man. It's a blessing. I'm looking forward to do some more stuff. I'm glad you guys like my role play with my celly. When he got me, dog. My celly got me for not giving my celly in my life. My celly was a life without fool, man. He was in the movie, in the little movie that we made. Not in real life. In real life, he said he did like 10 years. But nevertheless, 10 years is a big chunk of your life, homes. 10 years is in 10 years, a lot happens in your life, homes. Your son grows. You don't get to see your mom's when you special occasions for your mom, and then your little brother graduating from high school, your sister graduating from college, stuff like that, almost. You know what I mean? You miss all that, almost. And I don't mean like you miss it. You lose it. You lose a chunk of your life. Like you're never gonna recover that. You're never gonna get that back. That time, it's all you locked up in a box, like me and my celly right here. You locked up in a box like a frozen meat, and that's it. They throw you in there. And for those of you, for those uh, uh, content creators that are making videos glamorizing violence. I don't glamorize violence. Sometimes I get excited, and a homie says that every time I speak on the homies, the Sureños, it feels like I have some type of hate towards the homies. No, I don't have no hate towards the homies. Matter of fact, these battles were cool with me, dog. And some of them, they were getting over the paisas, but that's it. Honestly, yeah, it's over with. Some paisas were getting over the paisas también. So, but anywho, man, let's get back to I'm gonna show you a little portion of this video, man. And me as a lifer, I'm gonna give you an opinion of what it feels, because back in those days, life was life. Don't get it twisted, I seen a Sally with 7 to life. He's been down. I think he's still down, homie, because he lost it, homie. He lost it because he went when. Let me explain you a little somehow the process is. When you go to the board, right, and you gotta explain the board why your crime happened, not why on that day. Why you gotta find yourself. You gotta go deep into your childhood and find out what makes you the criminal that you are. Where in life did that start? And on my case, I spoke on my board, and believe it or not, the first time I went to the board, I got out. Serio. Crazy. Probably the first life that got out on the first time that I went to the bar. I swear to God, man, I got out on the first time. But anywho, they ask you, where did your criminal life start, and how, and you gotta have insight to that, to that problem, so that way you can start working on yourself, when you start being a criminal from the beginning. I can speak of myself. My criminal life started when I was a little kid, man. I was getting physically, mentally, and spiritual abused by my grandfather. He kicked me in the mouth when I was like 6, 7. He beat me up, several times. One time he kicked me so hard. That he threw me, a few feet away, like fucking like 6, 7 feet away, from the kick, from the impact, right in the face, right? So with that, that was my way of fixing problems. That's what he taught me in life. That's how you live. That's how you fix problems. And so I had to go back to my childhood and find out about that, and then I started doing my little criminal activities when I was little, stealing. Believe it or not, when you steal and you get away with the stuff, and when you're little, it becomes a pattern where I got away with it, and you get that little rush. When you beat somebody up, when you whack somebody up on the yard or on the streets, and you get away with it. You get away with it, and you're like, oh, I already got away with that, once, and so you do it again, and it's a rush, you know what I mean? It's like when you're getting drunk, you get a rush, and so that's how I started my criminal career. When I was little, like I said, my grandfather beat me, abused me. So I started fucking, I started getting into fights. That's how you fix problems. That's how am I gonna fix problems. That's how I'm gonna fix problems. And so you got to be careful how you treat your kids, man. I mean, don't be too soft, but don't be too hard on. Meaning, hey, even myself, man, I get caught up on the fucking on the phone, on the watching videos, and I'm like, fuck, man, that's it. That's enough. You gotta get up and do something. That's why I'm doing this workout, Pelican Bay workout routine, to defeat diabetes. I got to get up. So anywho, I'm gonna show you a little portion of this video, and then I'm gonna elaborate on, the feeling of this battle, what he's going through. There you go. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. There you go.
Was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. I'm down for double murder. Double murder. That I murdered these individuals because I was robbing, I was hurting people, I was using drugs, I was committing all kinds of crimes.
All right, brother. First and foremost, what's your name and where you from?
My name is Jesse Alexander Cardoza.
You see what it says, right? I was robbing people. I was murdering people. It's not like one day he just woke up and said, fuck it, I'm just gonna rob. You know, and I didn't even have that in mind, right? About robbing, stealing. That's how you get, you know, you make a pattern. You know, you stealing, you get away with it. You know, it's something that in your mind is like a rush. What it's some I forgot what it is. Like even when you use drugs, you know, it's saludos gente. But it's like an adrenaline rush. And when you get away with that shit on me, you're like fuck it, you know, I already got away with it. You get away with the stabbing when you beat somebody up, and it don't just happen one day. You get up and fuck it, I'm gonna do this. So the Bato's talking about he's doing life without, man. And look at his face, man. He's a youngster, you know. He's like he looks like he's 20, 21. I got busted when I was 19. I just barely turned 19 in the county, 18, 19. Look, I was younger, way younger than this Bato. Not that I'm proud of it. Let me play this shit again, though, so you can. Okay, there you go.
Was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. I'm down for double murder. Double murder. That I murdered these individuals because I was robbing, I was hurting people, I was using drugs, I was committing all kinds of crimes.
All right, brother. First and foremost, what's your name and where you from?
My name is Jesse Alexander Cardoza. I'm 27 years old, and I'm from the San Fernando Valley, here in LA County.
How long you been down?
Jesse is from San Fernando Valley, right? And sometimes, you know, you might say, oh, that's because he grew up in that environment, right? I got a brother that he's my age. Oh, I got a brother that he's like, believe it or not, he's like 10 months younger than mine. Because I was born in 7 months. When I was 7 months, I was born premature. So my brother is like 10 months younger than me. And then I got another brother that he's a year my senior. And none of them went to prison. Man. They are fucking good members of society. You know what I mean? Those are choices that I decided to make. There you go. Nobody forced me to do that shit, no. Nobody forced me to fucking to get into fucking gangs and start fucking doing fucking stupid shit. There you go.
I've been down 10 years. I was incarcerated 2016, and I was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole.
If you don't mind speaking about it, feel free to skip the question if you don't feel comfortable. But what are you down for?
I'm down for double murder. Double murder. That I murdered these individuals. I murdered these individuals at the time where
he was 16.
I had a false belief system. I was candid.
He was 16 when he got busted, huh? He was 16 when he got busted. I thought he looked like he was 23. He's been down 20. He's been down 10, right? So he's 26. But he looks like he's 23. But he got busted when he was 16. You know, I already told you about this battle that I made, Shadow, right? A lifer, life without. He's been down, serio, homie, like 50 years now, more than 50 years. And a lot of people, some of they don't believe me when the shit that I went through, dog. You know, I was an idiot, dog. You know what I mean? And maybe because I didn't, like I said, when I was a little kid, I didn't let nobody fucking. I learned that, you know, that hey, that's how you learn. This is how you fix problems. You know what I mean? And he's down for double murder. He probably I haven't heard the whole story, but he probably committed one and got away with it. And like I said, he got that brushed, and I'm gonna get away with the next one. And the feeling that he's got, you can tell right away that he feels, he feels like, uh, he feels a lot of remorse for what he did, you know, and trust me, man, trust me, the California Department of Corrections and the system is, I mean, they understand, but they harsh. Now they got a law, right, where he can apply for, but he's got to do some serious time, though. He's got to do some serious time, homie. And being a sureño is not easy, homie. Being a sureño is not easy. Let me play a little. I wish I could play the whole tape, man. But the whole video. It's a long video, though. But I'm just, try to give you an idea of how you start your criminal life. 16, dog. That's fucking crazy, homie. And this vato that I met, Shadow from Stockton, neta, this is what he told me, homie. And he said, I'm just gonna tell you, Angel, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Once I didn't, he was like 13, 14. And he got into some shit in YA. He went to Preston, and then he smoked somebody, and he goes, I never been with a woman before. I never been with a hyena, intimate with a hyena. Serio. And I probably never will, because he smoked like several people inside prison. So that, just to make you think, youngsters, this is what I mean, this vato, he looks pretty, fresh and nice and collect, nice haircut and everything. But trust me, there's a lot of them that they cannot take that fucking life without, man. It's not. I seen some vatos that they just say, fuck it, I'm not doing life without. And they're not here. Oh, let me play a little bit.
Callous throughout so many childhood experiences that I went through, and ended up adopting in the street life. So that's what I'm in here for.
Now, were you a part of a specific gang?
I wasn't part of a specific gang, but I don't want to minimize, because I was still doing everything a gang member does and still hanging around with gang members. So I was robbing, I was hurting people, I was using drugs.
He wasn't a gang member, but he was hanging around with gang members. But he was doing everything that they were doing. That's what he said. And that's how I started my criminal. Well, when I was little, and then when I came to the States, I started hanging around with the. First, I was a loner, man. I was always hanging out. I was always by myself. But then, little by little, I started, hanging around with the crew, and then we moved to Vallejo when I was about 16, 17, and I started making my we started getting into with the Norteño. Saludos to all the homies from up north, Bay Area, 707 Vallejo. The homies, hope you see this video, man, and don't get it twisted, man. Stay out there, man. Life is not there's no life in there, though. And hope you guys, it's just a little short. I just wanted to give you an idea of how you start your criminal life, and how does it feel? How does it feel to have a life without? I think it feels like, man, it's a stressful fucking shit every day, homes. If you feel like you obeying your mom's rules and your parents' rules is fucking stressful, hey, you aim for something, for some fucking evil shit, hell. in your head every fucking day, homes. This, you know, the stress that you got, just do it, man. Just do what your parents' rules give you. They just do it, and that's it, homes. You know, and do good, man. Go to school, get an education, get a job. With that, I'm out, gente. Hope you like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. I'm out. Stay up, man.